day, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. My name's ChiefDog74, and let's get on into this one then. So today, guys, we're back on Need for Speed after a bit of a break. Yeah, I'm going to be recording yet another video on this wonderful, wonderful game. This time there's not been an update since my last time on this game, though I did change the top number there, which I forgot to do last time. But yeah, there's not been an update, and there probably won't be for at least another month-ish, I'd assume. And I'm going to be recording 3 videos today. Today being Wednesday, but I'm going to be releasing them over the course of this week and the next week, because next week I am actually going on holiday, so I won't even be playing like any of these games at all, not even in the background when I'm not recording a video. Last video though, we did in fact make this car, the Subaru WRX STI from 2005. I made it my first off-road car of this game, and this time we're going back to a category that I've already made a car for, and that is the B-class category, because I'm going to fix up my mistakes on the B-class category, because while the Ford Mustang is pretty cool, it's pretty good, but the car that I want to do today is a lot better, and in preparation for getting this car, you have to actually do a challenge, like a in-game challenge to unlock it, and so I had to use this Mazda MX-5 in order to do that, and I think it was to win 5 or compete in 5 races as a Mazda in A+, I think is how I had to do it. So yeah, I just bought this Mazda real quick and didn't even customize it, just made it A+, and then yeah, we've got this MX-5 now. However, I didn't intend on keeping it, and for that reason, I'm going to now sell it. Oh, I'm so stupid. I forgot you can't be in the car if you're going to sell it. Let's quickly go ahead and sell this one. I'm not going to get a lot of money for it, but sort of didn't expect that. And it doesn't even matter if we don't get a lot of money for it, because as you can see in the top corner, I have 4,946,000. So yeah, it's about time I spent it on another car. And that car today is going to be the Mazda RX-8 from 2011. Sprint R version to be specific. Now, I'm pretty sure this car is... Oh, jeez, whoops. I'm pretty sure this car is quite good in B class, so that's what we're going to be using it in today. Though of course you probably could use it in other classes and it do quite well. I imagine it's sort of built a little bit towards A+, like that's what the developers intended it to be at, because you have to be in A+ Mazda to unlock it. But yeah, we're going to be using this car for B class. So let's go ahead and purchase it. Now, got it. Oops, forgot to switch to it. There we go. And yeah, let's go ahead and look at some of these body kits. So you got this Vertex Edge, I think that's what it's supposed to say. Interesting body kit. You got a Speed Hunters one, and you got a Rocket Bunny one. Both of these are pretty cool, but of course we're going to be using our own customization options for this car. So we've got a few front bumper options. You can even go stock, have these curved vents, or have these curved vents bolted on. I'm going to stick it standard. I don't think it really needs the bolt-on hood, or even the regular vents. Can change the front grille up a bit with this option, or we can make it look like the RX-7 a bit more, I want to say. I'd say this looks a little bit more RX-7y. I think we'll just go for the Rocket Bunny if I'm honest, because I don't want to make it look too clean with that front bumper. So yeah, we'll go with that. We can change the headlight colors if we want to. Don't really want to do that right now because I'm not too sure on the color of the car that I want. Got a Rocket Bunny kit. We got carbon splitters. I think Rocket Bunny is the one to go for here, so I'm going to do that. And we can also change the front canards. I think I'm going to leave them out if I'm honest, because I'm not really a massive canard sort of person. And then we got a few options for the wide body, so we can have this really aggressive bolt-on, super carbonized up one, or we can have this more cleaner one. That is still bolted on actually, but we'll go for that one. I think the Speed Hunters one is a bit too wide for me, even though it does look pretty cool. Got some more side skirts, of course. Probably going to go for the Rocket Bunny so that it fits with the rest of the car. They've been saying that it doesn't really fit amazingly well, if I'm honest. Yeah, we're going to go for the Speed Hunters one. Doesn't necessarily look amazing, but I don't really know how to fix it, to be honest. They've gone a bit weird with it, but plenty of wing mirror options. Those are some very weird wing mirrors, but you can go for them if you like. Got the Chidori ones, Alchemist, Speed Hunters, another Chidori. I never know what to do with wing mirrors, really. They're just not really like a massive thing that I feel like needs to be changed, so I'm not going to be changing them on this car. We have some more options for the rear of the car, so we can add again this massive Speed Hunters body kit. We can just do the arches of Rocket Bunny, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. And also we have tail lights, so you can have like a singular light one, which I don't actually think looks as good. But we are going to completely tint these out because that's usually the coolest way, in my opinion, to customize a car. We have some splitter options. So, not splitter, spoilers, should I say, options. That is a massive, like, rally looking wing, which actually looks quite cool. Speed Hunters one's again massive. I've got some vortex options here, which are pretty cool. Speed Hunters more low down one, which is awesome. You got like a ducktail and an actual wing. That's quite cool. You can go with like the very small like ducktail. You can go with the massive ones, which you probably would use for like a drift looking car. Got again the Speed Hunters one, which connects to the back of the windshield, which is really cool. And you got some more Big Labs ones, so or Big Country Labs, should I say? We'll go for the Vertex one. It's not a massive spoiler thing, but I guess it doesn't need to be. Wait, why is this an option? What? Hang on. Why have we got the option to change the trunk lid and then there's no trunk lid options? That seems quite weird. Okay. Well, there's the option to change the trunk lid, but you can't actually for some reason. I don't know why they kept that in or whatever. Can go with the bumper delete for the Mazda, or sort of bumper delete. It's not quite a bumper delete. Or you can go with the Vertex one, which makes a massive cone around the exhausts. I think I'm gonna stick with the base one if I'm honest. We'll do the license plate soon. Let's do the exhaust. That's quite a cool option. That's very aggressive. I think because of the angle that the bumper goes up, I sort of want these upward angled titanium tipped exhausts. I think those look quite cool. And then we've also got some diffuser options. Holy Christ, what is that on the Rocket Bunny? Got some more carbon options. That's really aggressive as well. I I'm gonna go for this option because it's not too extravagant, but it's not too bland either. So that is basically it then. Just have to think of a colour that I wanna have this car in. And actually, to be fair, I could make it red because I know a neighbour nearby that actually has two of these. I think they've got one in black and one in red. So yeah, I could do it in that sort of colour that they have, but equally could make it my own, which I think I will eventually do. Interesting sound so far, but we are going to completely slam it, of course. And this car sort of deserves to have a bit of camber, I think. There's some cars which do work with camber, and I think that this is most certainly one of them. How much camber though is a different story entirely. I think I want to go for something like that. That looks pretty cool as it is stance down like that, to be fair. Paint and wrap. Let's have a look at what colours I could go for it. Oh, okay, I think I like this colour. This like purple actually looks pretty cool, and with satin metallic on it as well. I think that's the gloss looks awesome as well. This colour looks actually just really cool, apart from in chrome. But even in chrome, it's not terrible. It's like obsidian looking. Matte carbon is also really great, and carbon is pretty cool. It's like a midnight purpley sort of colour. I actually really like this colour, to be fair. I'll probably use it on more cars. Not a colour shift though. Colour shift is sort of cool, but also pretty weird as well. The sand metallic, it looks really cool on, to be fair. So we're gonna go for that, I think. And then just save it as a new, unless there's one which we can, yeah, we don't really need, that one, so we'll just overwrite that to save space. There we go. And then we're going to go back to the body, and I'm going to change the wheels and the license plate, so I'll be back once that is done. Here's the license plate then. I decided to call it just like a Mazda or something like that. I didn't really know what to put on it. But the actual customization of like the background and the border is pretty extravagant as far as I go. I don't really ever do anything extravagant as that, but I decided to go for it on this car. And yeah, now we're gonna do the wheels. Alright, so here are the wheels. Again, I don't really ever go this extravagant on cars. The only car I really went properly extravagant on was the what was it? The Subaru, the BRZ, when I made my drift car. But yeah, I've sort of gone all out on the wheels. Very odd rims, and yeah, the tires are pretty interesting as well. But I suppose this car deserves it. But nonetheless, here we go for the tags then. So purple haze is probably going to be the best one, so I'll equip it just for now, but maybe we'll find a better one. Purple haze, that's the one, I think. And then don't really ever put samples on these, nor do I want a horn. We'll put a violet underglow on this car just to make it look a bit cooler. And then for the exhaust, I think I'm actually going to do the performance first and then come back to the exhaust, because I think that makes more sense. Because obviously I might need to change the engine depending on how I customize, or like what level I want this car to be in. So I'll come back to you once I've figured out all of the options to make this the best B-class car it can be. And then we'll also go over the exhaust if we need to change the engine, or if and when we need to change the engine. But yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so here's how I've made this car. I didn't really know what to do with this car because it sounds just sort of weird with the current engine it's got in it anyway. so I sort of just went quite smooth with it, and made it so you could hear more of the turbo. But that is that then. That is this car customized. We are gonna try and find a beta playlist, and then we can test out this car. I probably wouldn't use this for the new meetup events or whatever I forgot what they're called now. You know what I mean, the ones with the green circle and everyone orders the little things in them, and that's what everyone's doing right now, which means that playlists are quite hard to find. But we're gonna try our best, and I'll come back to you guys once we are in a race in this beautiful Mazda RX-8. Alrighty, so here we are. Finally found a session. To be fair, it didn't actually take that long. I thought it was going to take a bit longer, but yeah, we were in a session with 3 other racers, which is I think more than what we had when we tested out our first B-Class car, being the Mustang, but we'll try out this car now. And I've well, we're in second, and that was a rental car we just passed, so obviously going to be fast against that. Now the one thing I didn't like about my Mustang previously was how it handled in the corners, and so far this feels a little bit better so far. I can't make too much of a judgment yet, but what I have tried, what I've tried to do with the playlist that I chose was I tried to choose the playlist which was quite balanced, and had lots of a few tracks with corners, a few tracks with more straightaways, and a bit of a mix. I think is another one of these tracks. But so far, I mean, it's definitely fast, that's for sure. Seems to be faster than the cars behind. Obviously one of them's a Rydell's Rides rental car, another one's a G-Wagon, which I'm amazed is in this lobby somehow, or in this playlist. But first race on, and it's a very dominant win for the Mazda, so yeah, we'll have to see how it does, but that's a good first race, to be fair, so well done to it. I suppose something to take away from this as well is that only one other car is on the same level as us, and that came second. So we do have to take this with a bit of a pinch of salt, I imagine. But here we are for race 2, and this time we've got 2 Rydell's Rides. So it sort of only is a 2-horse race here, but there you go. We're just gonna have to do whatever results we get. And perhaps I'll even do a bit of a comparison at the end of this, as to how these cars... Jeez, can this get off my screen? As to how these cars perform compared to... or how this car performs compared to the Mustang, should I say. But already we are once again completely gapping these guys behind. Now I did mention earlier that I had something exciting happen. Is it exciting? Oh my god, I can't speak today. Something exciting happened to me recently, and that was actually not last weekend, actually the weekend before that. I got the amazing opportunity to go to Goodwood Festival of Speed, which was my first ever time doing it. It was the 30th anniversary, I want to say, of the festival, and Porsche's 75th anniversary, so there was a Porsche exhibit out the front that you could look into and see all the cool Porsches and stuff. But this was a really cool experience. Oh jeez, well that's great. This was a really cool experience is what I was going to say. Oh, he's crashed. Say that. Yeah, this was a really cool experience for me as a car guy, and I definitely recommend people go to it. Even if you're just sort of into motorsports, there was a lot of cars to do with motorsports, a lot of F1 cars that I'd never seen before in my life. I got to see my first F1 car like actually in real life as well as just some of the old ones like the Williamses and Senna's car and um, like the McLarens, Ferraris. There was Mercedes there as well. There was and a bunch of other manufacturers, you know, like Koenigsegg. I got to see like my first Koenigsegg in real life. I got to see a McLaren P1 again, which is my second time seeing one in real life. The other time was at a cinema. Um, and well, we're gonna win this playlist, so that obviously tells that this car's quite good. Um, but yeah, this was a really cool experience for me as a car guy, and I'd 100% recommend it. And the cherry on top, actually, on top of all of this, seeing these amazing cars, hearing them, you know, watching the cars go up the hill challenge. By the way, I only went for one day on Sunday, um, because it was just quite far. Well, it's not incredibly far from me. It's about a 3-hour drive. But obviously, you know, you got to think of ticket prices and stuff like that. And that was a very good launch from this car, actually. So this car, I think it is the real deal, to be fair. But yeah, as I was saying, the cherry on top of all of this was it actually got sort of like 2.5 signatures. The reason why I say 2.5 is technically I got 3, but yeah, basically how it happened was I was waiting to get a picture of the Mercedes car, because there was both Michael Schumacher's Mercedes and also the 2021 car, which obviously won the Constructors' Championship and was the last time Mercedes were like really competitive and flying at the front and going for race wins and stuff. So that was really cool to see in real life. But one of the engineers actually like started handing out these cards with Mick Schumacher's signature sort of imprinted on it. So that's why I only say 2.5, because the other 2 were actual signatures from the people. But this one was sort of just like printed on, so it's sort of, I mean, it is his signature, and it is really cool that I got it, but obviously it's not, you know, hand signed like the proper deal sort of thing. But I got that from an engineer who gave it on behalf of Mick Schumacher, so that's really cool that I have like Mick Schumacher's signature essentially. And I also got to get a signature and like have a chat with like the Colin Turkington from British Touring Cars, who, in case you didn't know, he's one of the most decorated drivers in British Touring Cars. Like, I'd say if I had to compare him to a driver in F1, he'd sort of be like Lewis Hamilton, I guess. He's won 4 championships, I believe, and plenty of race wins, plenty of poles and stuff. He drives for BMW, like the official team. And yeah, I was lucky enough to get a chat with him and to get his signature on like a card that he gave me with his photo on it. So that was incredibly cool. And I also got to talk to the Paul O'Neill as well, who of course is retired from driving now, but he does commentate on ITV for the British Touring Cars. And he was really nice. And I love his commentary and stuff. And to get his signature was really cool. Yeah, that was just amazing. You also may know him because his sister, I think it was in the Spice Girls, or at least one of those like mid-2000s pop groups. So that's probably where you'd know them if you didn't follow British Touring Cars, because I think he's been on Celebrity Gogglebox as well, like the UK Celebrity Gogglebox. So that's perhaps how you'd know him outside of motorsport. But I got his signature and Colin Turkington's signature, like actually like as a thing, in like, you know, in real life. And I technically also got Mick Schumacher's signature as well. So that was like amazing for me at Goodwood. And yeah, that's what I did a few weekends ago now. Yeah, as I said, I'm going on holiday for a week or 9 days, because I'm also going to a separate location for 2 days straight after that holiday. So I'm going to record 3 videos and then post them later on. So you're going to see this one today, but expect one probably, I want to set it for Saturday, maybe Sunday, probably Sunday actually, and then set the other one. I'll do that one for next Wednesday. So keep an eye out. I'm going to do an F1 video and another Need for Speed video. But yeah, enough about Goodwood. As much as that was a cool thing for me, obviously you guys are here for the car, and I can confirm this car is very good in terms of the testing that we've done today. It seems like it's got really good acceleration and pretty solid straight line speed. And then its cornering is also much better than the Mustang, because that was obviously my main complaint. Is that I just find it spanned me out too many times and was too hard to drive. So that's why I didn't really. That's why I really didn't like it all that much. Anyway, though, if you did enjoy this video, then you can go ahead and hit the like button, and if you enjoy all of my content, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Comment on anything you enjoyed below, and until then, this has been Chief Dog 74, being an excited kid from Goodwood with 2.5 signatures. Yeah, till then, it's been Chief Dog 74, and I'll see you guys next time.